Hello and welcome. This presentation was created to help donor families learn more about the process of writing to their loved ones' recipients. If you are listening and considering writing, we hope you find this presentation helpful and your questions answered. Life Center's Family Aftercare Coordinators are here to support you through the writing process. Contact information is provided at the end of this presentation. And before we continue, Life Center wants to thank you for your interest in this presentation. If you are a donor family member, we want to extend our heartfelt condolences on the loss of your loved one. Please know that Life Center is here with continued care and support, and our thoughts continue to be with you and your family. All donation is life-changing for those who receive the gift they needed. At this time, we want to provide some important information about how the writing process differs if your loved one was able to help through the gift of tissue donation. Tissue donation is unique, as the gift of tissue can be transplanted to those in need for up to 5 years following donation, which is absolutely incredible. As a result of the many lives that may be enhanced by tissue gifts, Life Center does not receive information about the tissue recipients. This means that tissue recipients must initiate the writing process with their donor's family. However, if your family feels it would provide comfort to write a letter to your loved one's tissue recipients before they've written to you, we invite you to send a letter and we would be happy to keep it on file. Please know that should we receive a letter for your family, we will reach out and let you know. If you are unsure how your loved one was able to help, please reach out to Life Center's Family Aftercare Department and we would be happy to speak with you. Next, we will talk more about the decision to write. While some of you may have already started writing a letter or are ready and just don't know how, others may be unsure. Wherever you are, it is okay. Writing is a very personal decision. While some donor families are in a place to write a letter more quickly, others prefer to wait longer. So when is the appropriate time? The appropriate time is when you are ready, whether that's days, weeks, or years following donation. And of course, there are families who do not ever wish to write, and those decisions are respected as well. However, if you are ready to write, there are a few important things to keep in mind. First, donation is confidential, and for this reason, Life Center cannot share any information about your loved one or your family to any of the recipients. And Life Center cannot share specific information about your loved one's recipients with your family. Writing provides the opportunity to share information you wish to share about your loved one and your family, as well as provide a space to ask questions about your loved one's recipients. If your loved one's recipients are in a place to write back, you may be able to learn more about them and their journeys through transplant within their letters. Next, we will discuss the process of writing to your loved one's recipients. First, you'll write your letter and then mail it to Life Center. Life Center will screen your letter for confidential information, and then the letter is kept on file. A form will be mailed to the recipients, letting them know their donor's family has written. The recipients will let Life Center know if they are in a place to receive the letter. If the recipient is ready, Life Center will forward on the letter you wrote. If the recipient is not ready, Life Center will keep the letter on file in case the recipient is ready at a later time. Again, the writing process is meant to provide donor families and recipients with the ability to determine their own timelines for writing and receiving correspondence. If you sent a letter and would like to know if a recipient was in a place to receive it, please reach out to Life Center's Family Aftercare Department a few weeks after mailing your letter, and we'd be happy to assist you. Please know that the same process takes place if Life Center receives a letter for your family from a recipient. Writing continues through Life Center until both parties express a written interest in meeting or sharing contact information. This is called direct communication, and we will explain this further later in this presentation. Now that we have provided a brief overview of the writing process, we want to address one question we are often asked, which is how to get started. We encourage you to do whatever is comfortable for you. Some donor families send a card, others handwrite a letter, and then some families feel like typing a message on the computer is best for them. All of these forms of writing are absolutely perfect. If you're unsure what to write, it is sometimes best to jot down your overall message. What do you want the recipients to know about your loved one? If it's the compassion they had for others, then start making a list of the many ways they lived life with kindness and compassion. When in doubt, keep the message simple and speak from the heart. And next, we will cover what can and cannot be included in your letters. Some of the things that you may include are listed on this slide. While it may seem like you cannot include as much as you may wish to about your loved one or your family, we invite you to try to focus on and elaborate on the things you are able to share. We speak to many recipients, and we've been told that it can be very meaningful to read about the type of person their donor was, special hobbies or interests they had, and some of their donors' favorite things. And here is a list of some of the things that we encourage donor families not to include, as they are considered identifiable. If you have any questions whether something is able to be included or not, please reach out to our Family Aftercare Department and we'd be happy to speak with you. Another question we receive is how to send letters if your loved one was able to help more than one recipient. If your loved one was able to help more than one recipient, you may wonder whether you should write separate letters or just one. This is completely up to you and your family. Many donor families have expressed that writing the first letter was the most difficult. So please know that writing one initial letter that includes what you'd like to say to all your loved one's recipients is absolutely fine. When mailing your card or letter, please enclose a note to let Life Center's Aftercare Department know if you would like the correspondence to be copied for all recipients, and we would be happy to do this. So next we're going to talk about where to send your letters. Once your card or letter is ready, you can mail it to Life Center at the address listed here. Typed letters may be emailed to our Aftercare Department at the email address provided. With all correspondence, we ask that you enclose a Post-it, a piece of scrap paper, or a note card that has your loved one's full name, the date of donation, and the hospital where donation took place. This information will not be shared with the recipients, but it does help our aftercare department in knowing which donor family sent the letter so the appropriate recipients can be notified of your correspondence. Once your letter is mailed, the next question we often get is, will I hear back? We get this question a lot, and the honest answer is we don't know. Everyone's transplant journey is unique, and the road to recovery post-transplant varies greatly for each recipient. Some recipients can also experience survivor's guilt and are often unsure of what to say or how to respond. We can share that just like donor families, Some recipients write back quickly, others take longer, and some are never at a place to write. One thing we have found is that there are many recipients that even if they aren't at a place to write back, they do welcome the letters from their donor's family. So we encourage you to write, even if you don't hear back. Sometimes the act of writing and sharing information about a loved one can be comforting. We would be remiss if we did not address this question. Am I able to meet my loved one's recipients? This depends on a few things. The writing process continues through Life Center until both parties express a mutual desire to communicate directly. This means that direct communication only takes place when a donor's family and recipient have written back and forth a few times, and both parties have expressed in their letters their desire to meet, exchange contact information, or share other details such as social media account names. If this occurs, Life Center's Aftercare Department will help guide you through the process of having direct communication. So, whether that's your hope or not, the first step to connecting with your loved one's recipients is through writing them a letter. We would like to conclude this presentation by sharing a poem from an unknown author about the final gift of donation. My final gift. It is now time for me to move on into the dusk, but also the dawn. I will remain as the morning comes, as I've left behind a gift for someone. So another may walk, may talk, may see, where their life was locked, I offered a key. I am a donor to someone in need, my final gift, my final deed. Please know that your loved one will forever be honored by Life Center, as well as the grateful recipients who received the selfless gift. Again, thank you for listening and wanting to learn more about the writing process. If you have specific questions now or at any time, please contact our Family Aftercare Department by email or phone. We feel privileged to be part of your journey of writing to your loved one's recipients. Thank you.